What is happening, everybody? How you doing?
What's up?
Welcome to the 29th episode of another sports talk podcast. A new beginning. As you can see, I'm like Matty Ice. I'm in the basement.
He is taking over Maddie's house.
I'm one of your co-hosts, Michael from Huddle Car Collection, and I have my buddy to my side,
What's up, fellas? What's up, Boom
Johnny
Slam?
Stein. Boom Slang. How you doing? Hope all is going well with you. Um, how you been, Johnny?
I've been good. How about yourself with the moving and all?
Woof. One thing, we are in like a friggin' what makes it the last 2 days. I mean, crazy. Today it was, I don't know, 95.
Yeah, it's been that way up this way.
I mean, just absolutely brutal. I mean, yesterday I feel bad. We had the guys. We had the trailer show up. We had the movers show up yesterday to empty out one of the trailers, and I mean, within 20 minutes, these guys were dripping. They're like, "Do you have any, paper towels or rags or anything? Go ahead and have."
Something.
Sorting cards, sorting a few of your million cards there, Boom Slang. Um, so now we're just, in a. I was trying to get my regular computer set up, but I wasn't able to because I'm trying to figure out which of the boxes that I wrote basement on and didn't write basement computer. I just wrote basement on has a lot of my stuff from my computer. It has my keyboard, my camera, my microphone. I'm like, ah, crap. Guess I should have did a better job labeling boxes.
Uh, yeah.
But yeah, so we are in a mountain of boxes and everything. Um, you know, what's good at least like we're able to sit around the kitchen table and eat tonight. Our bed got our bed set up, so we had purchased some beds for the spare rooms, and we put one of them in our master while we were waiting, for the truck to get here. So it was nice to go ahead and then sleep on our own bed. Yep. 2004 SP Authentic found a numbered mantle card. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. If without giving any massive trade secrets away, what is your best place for finding collections to purchase? Boom Slang. I know, because you don't get as many cards as you have by just going ahead and ripping packs. I mean, you could, but I wouldn't think you would. So, but yeah, so we have another truck coming next week. So we'll see. The marketplace. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll get lucky here in North Carolina because I'm going to tell you right now, I tried that in Georgia sometimes, and I mean I would always look, and I will tell you right now, nothing, man. It was terrible.
And most of the ones up here are your junk wax stuff now.
I mean, yeah, I'd see listings, 1,000 cards, and they'd show them, like all thrown in one giant freaking big box,
Yeah.
$250. It's like, what are you, out of your freaking mind?
You got about $2 worth of cards there now that you throw them in a tote like that.
You know. True. True. Well, I'm hoping some of my maybe some of my racing cards will sell or not necessarily sell, but we're gonna see. We realize that we probably have to have a yard sale while we're here and everything. When I do, I'm gonna put out some of my collectibles, some of my NASCAR collectibles. Some of the stuff that I collected with Home Depot when they had when Home Depot had a car, and I was thinking about I'm gonna run through some of my four rows and just man, I don't know, maybe just put them out there. I mean, the ones that just have, like just all common crap, but say, hey, $20, take the whole box and be done with it, just to go ahead and move some because you're not going to be able to do anything with them.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I am going to try and build a little I'm gonna try and build the bars, and I think I want to definitely try and do like the top out of sports cards, and then put a layer of that bar topper on it, stuff like that. I mean, but other than that, there's really what else you gonna do? People go, oh, donate them or so on and so forth and everything. It's like, yeah, you can donate, but a lot of places don't want you showing up with 4 or 5 rows, 4 rows.
And a lot of the hospitals stopped accepting them, the children's hospital and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So, so man, I know you're not big basketball, big hockey, and everything, but man, oh man, next 2 games we could have brand new hockey champions, and we could have brand new basketball champions coming up. Unbelievable game, and for the basketball game was absolutely crazy. From that standpoint. Uh, actually wound up I actually sold a couple of my store is still on I'm still in vacation mode.
Right.
But I left it where people can go ahead and still buy cards, and I've actually sold some Spurs and some Knicks cards. So
Now,
happy about that and stuff. But
the Knicks aren't going to win. I'm sorry. They're going to falter at the end. I'm sorry.
thanks, man. Appreciate
What I can,
I appreciate that. It's thanks.
They're still better than the Mets. I mean, so.
Yeah, I tell you, it's amazing. I was reading some stuff, and people are going, with the Mets only 5.5 games out of the final wild card spot, maybe they should be sellers, buyers rather than sellers. And it's like, as a Mets fan, it's like, what do you out of your flipping mind? You don't have the pitching to go ahead and do anything in the playoffs. Freaking just lose your ass and trade us whatever you can.
Yeah.
Spoke to a guy who runs an auction house, and he said like same thing. Bulk boxes don't sell. Sets and singles do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of doing, or go through, take, like I said, a bunch of the 4 rows that I have, and just, lot them up and make stacks of teams. What team you like? Oh, you like Seattle? Here's a stack for you. Because it's not really about making the money with them. It's more or less just being able to go ahead and get rid of them, because there's really nothing you could do with them.
Yeah.
They're really not good for anything. So speaking of the hobby, you've seen some of the platinum anniversaries. How do you like them?
I'm hit or miss with them. I mean, Series 2 just seems really terrible. Even I watched part of Striker's value, and it's like jumbo boxes are terrible. He says basically fat packs are where to go this time, which you've never heard him say.
Yeah.
It's and platinum it isn't doing it for me. I mean, I like the look of the cards, the landscape looking cards, but I watched Mike's last break. I watched a couple other people break boxes and how it's just like they could have done so much better with it. But
I mean, I like the I dig that they have the horizontal cards, but I tell you, I mean, if you're someone who wants to grade or something along those lines, I mean, I personally I like horizontal cards. I don't like horizontal cards when they're slabbed.
right.
That's because you really can't display them the way they should be. I mean, you can, but if you're trying to, line them all up and everything, you have all your slabs, and then you have, one that's horizontal, and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess, look, I mean, there are a lot of worse things to go ahead and deal with, but that's the only thing from my standpoint that I don't like about them. But from there, I mean, I've looked at them, and in reality, they're the same as what this is, what, the 50 to 54? No,
I thought 55, I believe.
this is the 55, right? So, I mean, when you really think about it, right, the prisms are the exact same. The blue prisms, the red, the crack, they're all the same and stuff. So, I mean, from that standpoint, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I am gonna try and see if I can find, a couple of blasters because I like it a lot. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite products to go. I was pissed off when it, basically sold out before it was released. Well, I mean, but I mean, basically it was, if you weren't, hitting the refresh button, I probably from 11:59 to 12 o'clock, hardly anybody went ahead and got anything. I mean, that's the only bad part about it. Would have loved to have gotten some. Again, just for myself, because I do like, the I do like those cards, but I mean, I don't want to have to try and, overpay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially with what they were charging there at the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, some of the stuff, let's face it, the truth was it was pretty crazy when you look at when you look at it from that standpoint, way too much money than really should be. And the thing that gets me is I mean, where are the big hits?
Right. That was my biggest thing.
That's what I don't see. I mean, I don't see any of the big hits.
Not like it used to be. I'm just like, why am I going to spend that and not get anything?
That's a really good box there, Boom Slang. Nice job, man. Great purchase.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, and then here we are, series two. I don't know, series two paper. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't excite me at all.
No, and
I
watching
mean,
my
I didn't
kids.
even try to go ahead and get any series two.
Yeah, it's not. I don't
You
think
know,
it's. But
you know. I don't know. I think from you know we unfortunately, we go through the same crap. We talk about the same things with the no, it came in a collection and the guy had it in an 800 count. Oh, okay. Good. Um it just none of the releases for me in 2026 have been, I mean, oh my gosh, I got to do whatever it takes to go ahead and get this.
right, I
Like I
agree
said,
with you there.
I would like to go ahead and get some Chrome Platinum, but I'm not going to sit there and say, oh wow, $50 a blaster. I'm not. I hope not.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if that's what it's going for online or not. Yeah, but I hope not because I just I don't see it being worth that.
Right.
You know, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me that thinks that way. From that
I'm
standpoint.
with you on that because the price has just gotten to the point where you can't afford it, and I'm not going to sit there and try to get something that I know I'm not going to. At least if I'm not going to find cards that I want to keep, to try to get my ROI on, because it's not going to happen.
Right,
And
and that's, see, that's the bad part. That's the bad part of it, like and like we have spoken about in the past. If you knew you had a good shot at getting something, you wouldn't mind spending a little more.
Right.
But when you know in reality that the chances of you getting anything, are really, really, really slim, it makes it hard to pay that extra $10, 15, 20, or more than it was, the last time the product came out.
Right. 'Cause I can't.
That's what see, like to me, Chrome Platinum that's one of those ones where, with it being such a limited release, right? It's not flagship or anything like that, right? So, it's not, there's no reason why you got, I mean, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think they have relics, right?
No, not
Right,
in.
just autographs.
Right.
Yeah. There are enough players in the friggin' checklist between numbered cards and autographs that you could put a hit or two in each blaster.
Exactly. Yes.
Right. You're 100% that you're 100% boom slang. That's what Wave said. It's getting to the point right now where, you know, you just buy the card, or buy the buy the player. Okay, I want a Nick Kurtz, you know, rookie card from Platinum. Just go out and buy one. Because to try and hit one, how many boxes are you going to have to open? And by the time you open what? At these prices, by the time you open one, you could have at least went ahead and had at least one Nick Kurtz by going ahead and just buying the card. It doesn't make a lot of sense, with what is going on. Excuse me, from that standpoint.
I just don't. I don't think it's worth it personally.
So Target has the Series 2 Super Box
Mhm.
for $40. They have the Series 2 Mega Box for $50.
I don't know what I'd go for there. Really don't. They're kind of both about the same. I mean, you probably have a little bit better of a chance hitting an autograph out of the Mega, but
Yeah, you would. But again, what are your chances?
right.
We already know that your chances of going ahead and getting a hit
They're slim.
are very limited. We know that already.
Right.
So you're going to take a shot. Again, I don't know. I just we talk about it a lot. It just truly makes me, you know, wonder when the fanatics, boardroom, when the upper echelon people of fanatics are sitting around the table and they're talking about this hobby. What could those discussions possibly be like?
You just imagine.
You know,
Yeah, I can
like,
just.
oh, hey, uh, yeah, so we're not really going to go ahead and worry too much about the people buying cards anymore. I mean, in reality, what we're doing.
Right.
You know, we're going to print. Sure, print a few million of each card. Sure, go right ahead. Put, you know, 25 to 30 different numbered colored cards, in each, series. Sure.
I was looking at the checklist for Series 2, and there are so many different insert parallel colors. It's ridiculous. You have the pink, which is supposed to be in retail, Mike pulled one out of a hobby box. That's how
The
many
what?
of the pink parallels.
Yeah.
He pulled one out of a hobby box. They're supposed to be technically uh, retail only. So it shows you they're putting so many out there that they can't even keep it straight.
No, they can't. How they gonna?
It's like, I mean, I understand you're trying to do what Panini did, but it's not worth it. Stick with what you know. People like that. Maybe if you want to throw an extra color, take out a color and put another color in or something. I hate the pink cards to begin with. Give me the normal colors and I'm happy.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I don't think there's anything. I look. You know, whether it's a blue, then a blue cracked ice, and a blue print. It's like, oh my gosh. Do you have to have three different blue power? Yeah, it's blue. Just blue. Make it blue. You
Yeah.
need blue and a blue cracked ice.
And a
Do
blue
you,
wave and
you need a blue foil, a blue cracked ice, and a blue prism.
why?
My goodness gracious.
Uh, I haven't really caught up on any baseball news or football news.
I mean,
There,
there
but
hasn't been any baseball right now. June's that tough time, right? June is really the time when teams are trying, in my opinion, teams are trying to figure out, okay, what do we have to do in June to, figure out, all right, how are we going to move forward with July? Are we going to become sellers? Are we going to become buyers? From that standpoint,
right.
there hasn't been any, you know, in my opinion, again, there has not been any, what do you call it? There hasn't been any outstanding performances where you go, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened.
Right.
From that standpoint. I mean, there are some good performances out there, but nothing's really, nothing massive, from that standpoint. Again, I
Right.
think teams, I think most teams are, trying to figure out, I mean, there's talk about, um, what do you call it? Will, you know, will you look at the big names? Will Scooble get traded from Detroit? The guy's hurt. The guy's still out. He has to come back. You know, Mike Trout's name is being brought up. Could Mike Trout be, traded?
Saw that. I mean,
And I mean, then there's some of the names are names that you hear all the time. The guy from Florida, Sandy Alcantara, Luis Ariz, the guy who just I mean, the guy's a hit machine.
right.
Yet it's funny he can't get more than like a 1 year deal or anything. It seems, which is crazy. I mean, he plays a good defense and he hits friggin' 320, but he don't. He's more of a singles guy and a doubles guy. He's not a home run guy. So a lot, for some reason, all teams are starting to shy away. Shy away from that a little bit. From that standpoint. Football, the only thing from football really has been that college kid from Texas Tech um, who was gambling, betting on football.
Oh wow. What's up, John? I didn't read about that. I'll have to look for it. It's not
What's up,
surprising.
John? Yeah, the Skorsorski. I forgot what the hell his excuse me. I forgot what the hell his name is. He started at Indiana, then he transferred and stuff. Sorby. So there were some people who thought, football has kind of like that. I don't not a Rule 5 draft, but they have that, supplemental draft,
Mhm.
and each team, each team is in there, and I forgot what you lose if you pick someone. I don't know if you lose like the equivalent of the NFL draft that same round. So if you use a third round pick on a player, I think you lose a third round pick. And there were some people that were saying that if this kid um, were to lose his eligibility and to have to, you know, that there probably would be a team that might be willing to do at least a third round pick, if maybe not a second round pick, because the kid is a good quarterback. But
Right.
you know, I don't know, man. I just
There's always the Jets.
well, that was one of the teams that is one of the teams they were actually talking about.
Like, well, they need a quarterback.
They were talking about the Jets going ahead and taking a flyer on like a third round pick, for him, So, I mean, but supposedly he has gone ahead and he's gotten an injunction to be able to play. So, we'll see what happens.
Should be interesting.
Excuse me.
What else is going on? Not much over in WWE, that's for sure.
No, but
I mean, I'm watching.
there was some news that they had. I was just reading is that it says Vince McMahon and WWE senior leaders have reached a last-minute settlement with shareholders to resolve a class action lawsuit that would have challenged the WWE and UFC merger. Settlement prevents the potential of documents pertaining to McMahon's SA allegations and hush money scandals to be made public.
Right. So that being, if they did that, that opens them up if they want to bring him back.
Yep.
That was the thing that was holding them back was they wanted to see where that went before they were talking to have him come back. I don't know if it would change anything if he did. I would kind of like to hope so, but I think things would definitely change
I mean,
because they're running it into the ground. Is what they're doing.
yeah, and I don't know, the thing that bothers me more than anything is that the whole Vince McMahon thing. And look, I'm beyond like if he came back, okay. If he doesn't come back, okay. Because I just don't know, how much would he, you know, or how much would they, meaning TKO, turn and say, okay, Vince, you're the head of creative now. Hey, Triple H, sorry, it's been real fun, but you're done.
They do that, or they possibly move Triple H maybe as a board member.
If something were to happen, I wonder if there would have to be some kind of agreement of, hey, Triple H, you go ahead and step down. Or we're offering you this. You go move out of the way, and we can bring your father-in-law in.
Or do they
I just
keep?
I couldn't see them pushing, let's say, pushing him out of creative, but still being in. I don't know if he's an EVP or whatever, maybe something along those lines, right? Like I don't know. I can't see them going ahead and continuing for that type of thing.
Or maybe they do a co-CEO or co managers, or you want to call it, a creative, which might work. I mean, if they brought him back just to come out on stage one time, the pop he would get would be sick.
Yeah, and I think what you'd see is you'd see excitement from the fans,
Right.
in my opinion, until they realize that
That's all he's there for.
he ain't doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be the same old, the same old.
Yeah, they would kind of have to have him do something.
He
Or
got
like maybe they made him like manager of Raw or something, but he'd still be in the confines of TKO. So I mean,
yeah. That's why I don't know if there's really anything. I think you know I don't know if there's anything that he could do if he came back.
I mean, short of being a board member.
Yeah, because I mean, when you look at some of the moves that TKO has made, a bunch of the moves have been dollars and cents. Um, you can definitely see that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at the top when you're
Right.
talking about an older wrestler in Roman Reigns, an older wrestler in Cody Rhodes as your champions. But then you're looking at the next tier below that, you know, you're looking at, younger guys. You're looking at Trick Williams, as your secondary title. You're looking at, Penta, from that standpoint. You even look on the women's side, right? You have Rhea, and Rhea's not, like, oh my gosh, old or something like that. But you have Rhea, but you look, they put a U.S. title on Tiffany, a younger wrestler. They put they put the IC title. You take it off of Becky Lynch, you put it on Sol Ruka, which I'm very happy for Sol. I think that's great for her. I hope this is not one of those ones that happened too quick, you know,
Yeah, I
because
think it's too early to put that on her.
pardon me?
It was too early to put it on her.
Yeah. And then
Flair just won her 4-way match, the Queen of the Ring. Sorry, I know that you're not watching it. I just want to figured we talk about, at least I have some update.
yeah.
I just want to see the Dom and Oba match that's coming up. Because in all reality,
Is that tonight or is that Monday?
I thought that was tonight. Let me see if it says anything. I thought that was tonight, but it might not be.
I just, I mean, we all talked about Oba, and it was going to be, hey, like when he beat Lesnar and stuff, and afterwards it was, I'll be coming for you, towards the end of the year and so on and so forth. And if I mean, are you going to have Oba lose
All right,
King of the Ring?
That's got to be Monday night because tonight you had the 4-way for the women, then you got the men's King of the Ring, 4 guys. You got Jey Uso, LA, Finn, and Royce, and then you have the Bellas versus Fallon, Haley, and Laney Reed. And then I guess Gunther and Cody chooses his title rematch against Cody, which why they're even having that, I don't know, but whatever. And what they're doing with Jacob is just retarded. It just makes no sense.
What do you mean?
Just how he acknowledged the tribal chief, but now they're making it like Jay's trying to push him to like basically be the enforcer again. Like, you got to take care of him. You got to take care of him. Jacob's just like, I don't answer to you. I answer to the tribal chief. I'm like, yeah, what? You got to have more with Jacob. There's got to be something there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
You can't.
you had Javon Evans win, you had Oba win, you had Mysterio win.
Right.
So tonight, if we got Uso, Jay, LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Finn Balor.
I think it's going to come down to Finn and LA Knight for some reason.
So if we look at this, right, because the winner gets a title shot, right?
Well, the winner doesn't get a title shot right after this, but he's got to win King of the Ring.
No. What I'm saying, the winner of King of the Ring get the
Yeah.
title shot.
Title shot at SummerSlam, which makes no sense on the women's side because Liv Morgan won Queen of the Ring.
I know.
But maybe she's going to lose her semifinal match, maybe. The only thing it would make sense. I can't see them having her go all the way. I mean, it wouldn't
Wow.
make sense.
Yeah, I don't know what you do. That's a.
Because she's facing her.
And you have Raquel winning the other side.
Yeah.
Now, is it pick your champion or I forgot how this one works?
I think it's pick your champion because you got winners from both. Because the ones from SmackDown are up against the winners from Raw, so I guess I would think it'd be either one.
Yeah.
Because Liv goes up against, I think, Charlotte now. And Raquel goes against Io. If those two each win theirs, then it'd be Liv and Raquel, which would be an interesting way to break up the Judgment Day at that point. Especially if you have Raquel win and be like, I'm challenging Liv at SummerSlam.
That'd be the thing. I mean, that would be the big twist there because you could have it played off and, and Liv can be like, whoo, man, the clubhouse is going to have both women's champions and everything. And then she turns and goes, I challenge you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
then you could still keep it. Well, if you win, it stays with us. And if I win, it stays with us. And then you could have Raquel win and then walk away from the Judgment Day, which would be interesting.
And if you have Io win, do you have Io going after Rhea?
I think you'd have to. I think that would just make sense.
But what would that make for a match at SummerSlam?
True.
Like, would Rhea hold back, not wanting to go ahead and hurt her best friend?
That's a good question. I mean, I think they'd probably work it out where, like, look, I want the best of you to be there, and the best of me will be there, and go from there. But I think it would be a very safe match to say, maybe.
Yeah, the men's one is the more intriguing one to me. Because by all rights, Oba should beat Dom, right?
Right.
Then you have Javon Evans, and he faces the winner of the next fatal 4-way.
Yeah, the one tonight. So let's just say Finn wins that. By all, I don't think Finn would beat Javon Evans, but would Finn be able to beat Oba if Oba wins? But I don't think Oba's going to win that match for some reason. Only because he's already preoccupied at SummerSlam with Brock.
Does Brock Lesnar come out and beat up Dom Mysterio, causing Oba to lose?
That would give Oba I would put a clean loss.
It would give him a loss, right? He gets the loss. It's an interference loss. And it does go ahead and add a little more to that feud.
I can see that. That's a possibility. Because then that leaves it open for his match against Oba at SummerSlam.
Right.
Right.
And then
Dom in no way is going to win to be King of the Ring. That's just not going to happen.
No, but you could have Dom win. Dom advances against Finn.
That's what I was thinking. You have Finn win too, and then you have the two ex-Judgment Days going against each other.
Yeah, and then you could have Finn can challenge Cody.
Yeah.
From that
I think that'd
standpoint.
be a good match.
Yeah.
And that'd be like a rematch because didn't they have a match before him and Cody for the title? I think.
Well, I know Finn went against Punk in Belfast or wherever
Maybe,
they were in Ireland.
and maybe it was Punk then. So still, that would definitely make it more interesting.
Oh yeah, it would. I mean, it adds a nice wrinkle.
It does.
You know, from that standpoint, it definitely
Finn
it
goes on
adds.
to beat Dom. If you have him beat Dom, then he goes on to challenge Cody. Then you can have the father son retirement match at SummerSlam if that's what they planned on.
But technically, two retirements. If we think that Oba and Brock might be for that,
You have one each night.
that's true. That's definitely true. I don't know. It again, it's intriguing and stuff like that, but it's like okay, like you try and think and you go, all right, like this is one of those things where like you can't have Oba win if you're not going to put the belt on him.
Right.
Like if your plan is to put the belt on Oba Femi at SummerSlam, okay, then making him win this tournament makes sense. If your plan is to not go ahead and have him win whichever title he goes for at SummerSlam, then it makes no sense to go
Yeah.
ahead and have him win.
Don't do it if you're not going to put the belt on.
Yeah, you got to put the belt on him. And if you're going to put the belt on him, you really got to be thinking more long term.
Right.
You can't be thinking, oh well, okay, we have, we have, we have the belt on Oba. He beat Roman. All right, we can have Roman go ahead and 3 months later at Survivor Series, you know, have a match and win the belt back. And it wouldn't make sense.
I don't think it'd be a good idea, but they've done dumber things.
Well, that we know is gospel. That's definitely the truth. I don't know. I just,
I think your way is the way I'm hoping they're going, where Rock gets involved in his match against Dom. He loses, but doesn't lose. Like, he loses, but it's not a clean loss. It's a dirty
right.
loss.
Yeah, it's a DQ. Brock comes out and beats the crap out of Dom Mysterio, which causes Oba Femi to go ahead and get the loss and Dom get the win.
And Dom's going to be hurting from that. And if Finn is the projected winner, as I'm thinking he might be, that means Dom is injured to go against, injured to go against Finn. Finn takes advantage of that, and that's how you get Finn winning that to go against Cody. I like that match better than any of the other ones. But does that mean, okay, so what PLE is coming up?
You have Night of Champions in Riyadh.
Okay, so that's the one where I guess Gunther's looking for his second rematch, I guess. And I can't believe they would give Gunther the belt off of Cody. It just doesn't make sense.
Where I so let's see, we have what else would we have? What would the schedule be for July? Would you have one in July? Because you might not. You know why? We may not have a July because Riyadh is.
I think
Riyadh's in like 15 days, right?
I think so. I think you have.
So
If
you're gonna.
Saturday night main events is I think all you have.
Oh, okay.
It's like let's see, June. Yeah, Saturday night main event at Madison Square Garden, July 18th, and that's where supposedly Kevin Owens is due back, and along with a couple other people. What else we got?
Yeah, because from that, then you go into SummerSlam.
Yeah. The European Tour Night of Champions is June 27th. So that's
Yeah.
what, 2 weeks or whatever. And yeah, the main event. Yeah, the AAA crap. Yeah, then you have SummerSlam August 1st.
Yeah.
That's that. I know there's a main event coming up that's going to be on a Sunday. They said. I forget where.
Wasn't it Clash in Italy that was on a Sunday?
It was. This is a uh, supposedly Saturday main event on a Sunday. I don't remember when that is. If that's like in August or September. It's definitely not. There it is, September 6th in Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to be a Sunday night main event instead of Saturday night.
It's like the old Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah, I know, right? But I just don't. So far watching this Friday Night SmackDown has been kind of. Well, the match now is the Brie Bella, which I'm really hoping they break that team up soon.
That's another one of those. Well, what are you doing? It's like you're not even. I don't know. I just don't understand that and stuff like that.
Right.
Did you see the latest news on the whole John Cena Classic?
No.
So John Cena has provided more details on the upcoming John Cena Classic. There's about 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 bullets. Number 1, tournament is still a work in process. That's how you start.
That's all you need. Just leave it at that then.
Number 2 will be seen as WWE's All-Star Game.
Okay.
Number 3, tag matches as well as single matches are possible. No shit, really? What were you gonna do? Wait, brackets are possible. Cena may, not confirmed, but he may make future appearances on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT to promote the tournament. Number 6.
Come out and say we're having that, and that's it.
Number 6, and here's the one you and I spoke about. John Cena. Not anybody else, but it's because it says he's. So he's trying to figure out the fan vote aspect in case fans hijack it. What do you mean in case? You know that's what's going to happen, you idiot. And the last one, the winner will receive a new championship.
The John Cena belt.
So what is it then? Then do you defend it? Or do they have another one of these tournaments again, and then the winner of the new tournament faces the champion from the old tournament, and then that person waits, and then they have another tournament? If it's an all-star game, most leagues only have one all-star game a year. So this is just a 1-year thing? So the guy's the John Cena Classic champion for 1 year, and then after the next following year, they have another one of these all-star games, and then the winner of that one face this one at, who knows, SummerSlam, some big event. I mean, it's
they've got so much to think about before they even try to move this out.
I mean, you talk about not having a freaking clue as to what the hell you planned on doing, and you make this kind of announcement.
Well, I have no words. Well, maybe you had the John Cena tournament. Then Rock says, "Oh, I'm not going to be upstage. Let's have a SmackDown hotel match, and we're going to have a new belt there, and then they can go up against each other down the road."
Oh gosh.
Then you're going to have Stone Cold get pissed off. Now you're going to have the beer bash freaking belt. I don't know. You could have the Hulk Hogan, "Hey brother" belt, or the "Let me tell you something, brother."
I just don't.
Are they that desperate for content that they got to do stupid shit?
But
They do, but this is just way too long. So I'm going to say.
I don't know. Oh my gosh. I literally, it's what you literally have no idea.
And is this going to be men and women or just men? Didn't point that out at all.
No. No.
What's up, Larkin?
Just.
Or do you have a women's one where it's...
Hey, Larkin.
Who would you have? Trish Stratus or...
You do make a point there. I mean, they don't mention anything of that if it's just all men or all, that, they don't mention anything like that. So if you don't mention anything like that, what do?
You got to assume it's everybody, but I mean, we're going to make it interesting. Do a women's one of them. I don't know who you'd have do it. I mean, I guess either Lita or Trish, really. Or the Mae Young.
Well, no. From a retired perspective, you're probably looking more as like a Trish. I mean, if Charlotte retired, you would think it would be her, to be honest with you, with all her titles. But you would think right now, if they were to do something stupid like this for the women, it'd be the Trish Stratus. But I don't know. The Trish Stratus faction belt. I just, it's just mind-boggling. Again, like who did Cena pitch this to? So TKO's having a board meeting.
He just
knock on the door.
I got an idea, guys.
Hello. And John walks in and they go, "Hey, who is that? We can't see him." And he comes walking and he goes, "Guys, I got this idea.
I got this great idea. You gotta listen to it."
So we're gonna have this tournament. We're gonna go, and I was thinking real hard of the name. But I think I got a good one. John Cena Classic. I mean, it rolls off the tongue easy. Let's go with it. All right.
Now you're gonna have to put some money out because you're gonna have to make a new belt for this.
Right. So, John, what's this tournament?
I don't know yet.
I'm not 100% sure. But I'm thinking it's going to be like a whole bunch of wrestlers, singles, doubles, and then we'll do something stupid in that you don't really have to go ahead and win to advance. All you have to do is put on a good show because the fans are going to vote. And somebody said, and then a bunch of people go,
"Sounds good.
That sounds like a brilliant idea. We can go ahead and we can promote the hell out of this. We'll get people to maybe come to the show or watch as much as they possibly can each week, and we'll give them we'll give them nothing."
But before we say yes to this, let us run it past The Rock just to see what he says. Or John just pitched it to The Rock, and Rock's like, "Sounds good, buddy. Let's do it."
That's a pretty good haul there, Boom Slang.
That is really nice for that. Yeah, that sounds about right for that year. They're always up there high.
Hey, man, but numbered Hall of Famers and stuff like that,
yeah,
you can get a few bucks for those. You may not. I mean, not like, you're not saying you're going to go ahead and get a few hundred, but you probably go ahead and you could probably sell. Those will probably sell for a good amount if you wanted to.
Right. I mean, back to this John Cena thing. I mean, if they did, he announced it back at what was that? Was it Backlash he did that?
Yeah.
Okay, so he did announce the backlash. At least between then and now, they should have seen at least show up once and be like, "Hey, we're having this tournament. We're still working out the details, so stay tuned." All right. We've come up with it's going to be a 16 bracket thing or whatever it is. Just something to give something about it. But like you said, reading his bullet points, hell, they still don't know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Triple H is probably just sitting there just laughing his ass off. John, this is all your work. You figure it out. I mean, they're just pulling strings.
Yeah, like I said, I just don't, I mean, here we are, May 9th is when it was officially announced. It's and the funny thing is it seems like it's a long, well, even longer than that.
Yeah, it feels that way.
It says right here, the John Cena Classic is an upcoming history-making WWE tournament announced on May 9th, 2026 at WWE Backlash event. It has not taken place, with the inaugural event being targeted for late 2026.
How about early 2027?
Yeah.
That's probably more like it.
Which, again, I can't say. I mean, honestly, I can't say this. I can't even say this is a good idea. It
Right.
just doesn't. This doesn't make sense to me. It's just. I mean, you talk about. Are you really at the point? Are you just trying to go ahead and? Is that your way of drawing fans? Because you're going to have John Cena involved in it. I mean, is that really what you're doing?
If you want to make it interesting, then you have, if it's a Cena tournament, him, and then they can pick two other people to judge, and that's it. Don't have the freaking people do it. Like you said, that's gonna get hijacked so quick.
That is a good point. If you if it's not just a win or lose in the ring type thing, then you're right. You need a committee, even if it's like 3 Hall of Fame, like almost like American Idol.
Right.
All right, you know we got
It's
Javon Evans. How many votes for Javon Evans? One.
yeah,
Okay, Javon Evans went against whoever, Finn Balor. Two for Finn. All right, hey, sorry, Javon, you won, but you lose. Go home. Finn, good luck. Move on.
because I mean, you could have Cena. You could do Cena. You could do Kurt Angle. Cena just on maybe mic skills and stuff. Angle for like the wrestling technical part of it, and then who would you bring else? You bring back then? Hell, I don't know. You did have probably one woman on there, so maybe Trish. Maybe I don't know. Just so
Yeah,
women.
I don't know. I don't. I
I think that would make more sense than, or even have four, where like American Idol had America's Got Talent. You got four judges. You get three yeses, you move on. You don't, but bye bye.
Yeah.
That's more. Well, I want to say ethical, but more stringent than having the universe pick, because if it's a dial in or if it's a text in or if you got to vote online, it becomes a popularity contest. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, and the funny thing, because what's going to happen is, you think about what you could do. I mean, obviously, if you have WWE judges judging it, all right, you still get to go ahead and announce. You still get to have the person you want be the winner be the winner.
Right.
You give it to the fans, it's a crapshoot. You go,
I
oh
think
well, we're going to be able to restrict it, and like, via one phone number. Once you vote once, you can't vote, a second time. Okay, I can understand that, but think about what you could have happen. Is, hey guys, guess what? We have Javon Evans going up against Royce Keys, or we have because we have Royce Keys going against Obafemi. You could have some Royce Key fans start an online thing, social media thing to pump up the people to just vote for Keys, vote for Keys, vote for Keys, vote for Keys. And what are you going to do about it?
Right.
You know, yeah, I might be able to only vote once, but you know what? If I'm a big influencer and I say, hey, you know what? You guys got to vote for Royce Keys no matter what. We need to see Roy. We know what the future looks like for Obafemi. We're not sure of Royce Keys. Push Royce Keys
Right.
through. And that's all you got to do.
And
So the whole thing about, well, we're rigging it and all this other kind of crap, you don't got to worry about it.
well, Bella and Paige won. What a loss that is. Damn it. Don't like the fact that they're keeping them. I mean, it is too early for that new faction to win, but let's get rid of these two.
But I mean,
That's the
is
only way
it?
you could do it.
But is it too early?
And they did put the title on Sol Ruka, so I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I just
From that scenario, I mean, you know, and here's the thing that gets me. Okay, you bring what are you doing with Paige? What are you going to do with her when Nikki Bella is healthy? Well, hell, what are you doing with all three of them?
right.
Now, the only thing you could be setting something up. Fatal Influences 3, the Bellas and Pages 3,
True.
old school, new school. You could do something there, but I mean, it's a question: who's going to care,
Nobody.
right? Like who's going to be there going? Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to watch Fatal Influence against the Bellas and Paige.
Yeah.
Woohoo, man! That's the
I'll
main
pay,
event.
I'll pay 10 grand a seat to go see that.
Well, like so again, so it's like, so what are you doing? What like I said, to me, that's the big thing for me is I don't even really care about who they put in the ring anymore. It's just like, it's more of when you look at it and you go, why?
Yeah.
Just somehow make some of this make sense. Of course, as of right now, a lot of the shit they're doing doesn't make sense. You know,
I fully agree.
I mean, for like Night of Champions in Riyadh, what are they looking at? What are they looking at doing there? So you're going to have the King of the Ring final for the men. You're going to have the King of the Ring final for the women. Shouldn't Night of Champions be loaded with title matches?
I would think so.
I mean, it's kind of in the title, Night of Champions.
But that's where they put like Liv versus Rhea, and then right. That's that one, right? Or is that?
No, that was the crown jewel.
That's right. So then, yeah, Night of Champions should be okay. Well, this woman won the women's side. This one men won the men's side. They should go up against the respective champions that they want to fight there, not wait till SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Because then you could have Oba win and go up against Cody and or Roman. Would make sense. Why make them wait till SummerSlam? Oh, that's right, because you don't have anything. Well, supposedly you have all your PLEs planned out 3 to 4 months ahead of time, supposedly. But obviously you have no clue what you're doing here. Maybe they start the John Cena tournament there.
I don't know, but I mean, like, you look at right now for SummerSlam, what shouldn't aren't Shouldn't we see again? You and I think different. We think storylines. You would think, wouldn't you go ahead and start to see some of those storylines start to take place, take shape?
You would think.
And again, if on Monday night, if you have Brock come out, attack Dom, costing Oba the W, okay, you can see how you're starting to do that one. So SummerSlam, 2 nights. Is Roman going to be there? And is Roman good? Is he one night? Is Cody the other night?
Where do you
What are you
put?
doing from the women's standpoint? I mean, these are like, I mean, it's just to me, I just,
Obviously, you had the belts at the end of the show, but where do you put that big match with Oba and Brock at? I would think if I had to do it anywhere, I'd put it right before the ending of night 2. But
if it is a true retirement match,
might be night 1 be opener.
night 1 opener.
That's what I'm thinking. It could be that way too. I didn't think about that.
Night 1 opener. I mean, if it's a retirement match, night 1 opener. Because I think if you do that before, let's say Sunday night was Cody and Finn. Let's just make believe that win happens right there, and Finn says, "Hey, I'm gonna face Cody." I wouldn't want Brock Oba before that match. I mean, I'd want that match to be by itself. But I think from the standpoint of it, SummerSlam. This is the first year. It's 2 nights, right?
Yeah.
So are we doing the same thing? Are we getting 6 matches a night? Are we getting 5 matches a night? Are we getting 7 matches at 7 and 6? Like how close is this going to be to what we have with WrestleMania? And you would have to think,
it'd be close to what you had there, I would think.
Right. So you'll definitely get a women's IC, a man's IC, women's. I would think you'd get a women's US and you'd get a men's US. You got to have your four heavyweight. Your 4 heavyweight champion or just whatever you want to call them. You have to have assuming all the winners, assuming that all the champions stick and don't change. You would have Liv, Rhea, Roman, Cody.
So that you just put that 8 matches right there.
Yeah.
So then you could do, I guess, if you really wanted to, you could throw the 2 tag teams on the men's tag team from, I guess, one of the nights, and the women's on one of the nights, and then you get your 6 matches on each night.
Yeah.
Or no, that would be 10. So you can put them all. You did 8, it'd be 4 matches. Yeah, you could do all the belts really if you wanted to.
Yeah, there are 11 belts, right?
You have the 4 champions. You have 2 each of the tag team, right? Raw and SmackDown. So that's 8.
And then you have your 3 tag titles.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. You have the 4 main eventers, the 4 main champions.
Yep.
You have SmackDown tag team men's. You have Raw, SmackDown men's. Same with the women.
But there's only one women tag, not 2.
Oh, okay. See, okay, that's what I'm missing up. There should be 2, but whatever. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11. You're right. Without having that other one, I thought there was that. The women's one too, but
no, you have 11 belts, and what are you doing? Are you doing Roman against Seth?
that's got to be the only thing that makes sense. Or do you have at some point? Except from what I hear, Punk is coming back when they go to Raw in Chicago coming up here, it's either this Monday or next Monday. Does he put in for Cody, or does he say, you know what, I want my rematch with Roman? And Cody can wait down the line because Cody busy with Gunther right now.
I think it depends who wins King of the Ring.
That's Or I think I'm going with 2. Yeah, I'm lost, which is not surprising. But
Yeah, that there's nothing for them to. We know there's nothing for a fan right now to look at um
look at SummerSlam,
to watch what the potential buildup could be.
right? Because there is none except for the Brock and Nova. That's the only one right now. Cody and
Yeah.
Gunther's not going to last because that doesn't make sense.
Yep.
So
I mean, is Seth done with division?
I would think not after what happened Monday night.
Right. So
Although
what do we do? What are we doing there?
and now you have him and when you have him and what's his name, Montez join up and go after the tag team belts.
Well, who? So your tag team champions are what? Reed and not Reed, Theory and Breaker.
Yeah,
Because
and
another.
he's supposed to be coming back here soon.
Yep.
So I think he's another one. I think he's the other one that was possible for this last PLE but didn't make it. So he might be another one for the Saturday night main event in Madison Square Garden. Now you got Sammy out here mouthing off. I wish they would just get rid of him. He's one you can.
He's gonna make his way into Night of Champions.
Oh yeah,
He has to. It's in Saudi Arabia. He has to make his way there somehow.
maybe they'll make him a referee. Haven't seen one of those matches in a while where you had the guest referee.
Pardon me. Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I'm lost. They'll probably stay lost until they figure out what they're doing.
Well, the thing is, again, like we've said a number of times, you really have to look at this more like a sporting event than the way we have what you have to look at this as. You have to kind of sit back and look at this as a live sporting event, a baseball, a football, a basketball, a hockey, where
It's not entertainment anymore.
it's not entertainment anymore. And what happened last week, last PLE, really doesn't have a full effect on what is going to happen next.
Right.
Because look how fast they did the whole Jacob Fatu thing. It shot up like a rocket, and boom, the damn thing.
And that's done. So now you have Bloodline 3.0, basically.
And what are you going to do? You're going to have what? Is there going to be some kind of thing where you're going to have, him go up against Jay for what?
Well, or you're going to have the whole, you have Bloodline 3.0 versus Bloodline 2.0 with Solo. Because they were in the crowd when that all happened, supposedly. So.
No. I mean, no, I agree with what you're saying, but what I'm saying is for what? If
No,
the
I agree.
idea, is this going to be this thing of Solo went ahead and convinced Jacob to infiltrate Roman's bloodline because I have my bloodline. Well, your bloodline is only 2 because they threw your 2 other ones out.
Right.
So there's still only 3 of you. There's 4 of the other one right now, unless Jacob is a plant.
I'm not sure how that would.
But
It could though.
But you see how we have to think?
Yeah. You got to go off grid to think.
How friggin' stupid is this?
Just make
That we have to go ahead,
It's like you said. It's like we said earlier. It's go back to doing actual storylines, not this storyline that lasts 3 matches and that's it.
Yeah. You know, because I said that's the thing that gets me is from but here we are as fans who are longtime fans who have watched this for a very very long time, and now we're trying to think of all different types of scenarios that you never did in the past.
Right, because
Like
they
I never when you and I talk and and we talk about this stuff. I mean, you know when the WWE network started, right, and I bought it,
right.
from when it started, I had people coming over my house for every pay-per-view, PLE, whatever the hell you want to call it. I always had a bunch of people coming over. And we never had these kind of discussions that you and I have, weekly, every other week about what the hell's going on, right? Because it was there was an ebb and a flow to it. There was that story. There was that storytelling, right? You saw it. Everything was in motion, and stuff, and and it wasn't necessarily long term, but it was shorter term, but it was something that kept building and building and building, so it made it feel as though it was a lot longer term thing. We
But
never
when they
had this
build the
whole
story,
thing of, wow, can you imagine? Here we are in the King of the Ring. Holy cow! Hmm. You could do this so that this can happen, so that this can happen at a PLE friggin' 3 months from now. Who
because when they built the story back
we never
then,
had those discussions when guys came over my house door and watching the PLEs.
yeah, because they used to build the storyline slowly, but over 4 or 5 months, so it felt like the storyline was longer per se, but it was actually more of a build up to a, like you said, a shorter storyline. But you could, it kept you engrossed of what was going to happen next in that particular storyline.
Yeah,
Was not going to go after Stone Cold. Was it's Stone Cold, and they had him in the grocery store and against Booker T. Those were moments that you'll never forget. I mean, I
right,
watched that match. I'll never forget it.
right.
Laughed my ass off at it because just, I mean, they don't even do that stuff anymore.
But
It used
now
to
we're
be
trying to figure out
very
what
close.
you know, and you take a guy who is an incredible in-ring talent, Johnny Gargano, and look what you're doing with him.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised UC was still there.
I mean, honestly, dude, it could be one of those things where he's just like, hey, you know what? I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'm going to show up every week just so that when my contract ends, it ends. Not this kind of crap of, oh, you went home, so we're extending your contract. Because that's one of the things that WWE and I think even AEW has in their contracts, stuff like that. That's what happened, like with Naomi and what's her name? Sasha Banks when they walked out and stuff like that. WWE was sorry, no. We're not letting you out of your contract.
Right.
You don't have to be on TV or anything, but we're gonna, whatever it was. Hey, you're not gonna wrestle for 2 months. Fine, we're adding however many months it is that you would not wrestle. We're adding that onto the back end of your contract, and you're not going to be allowed to, just go.
Right. I just wish they would bring back some. I mean, they don't do the same storylines, but just something. Because it's gotten to the point where it's so predictable, basically. I mean, except for, I mean, this King of the Ring, I honestly think we got down what's going to happen, at least on the men's side. Now, if Finn doesn't win, whoever wins in that match tonight is going to go up against Dom probably and beat Dom. But unless it's Jey Uso, which I kind of hope it's not. I like the guy, but it's gotten old. It's gotten really stale. Of course, so is Cody being champion too, but whatever. Give somebody else. Let them run with it for a little bit. Not Gunther, because he's your career killer. Although I notice they don't put that up on the board anymore when he comes out. They used to.
No, I don't think they. I mean, they.
I think they realize we
I
made
look. The truth is we got to go ahead and we just get. That has to die on the vine.
yeah.
That has to go ahead and just kind of slowly but surely, not even be talked about in any way, shape, or form
Yeah,
because
'cause
it makes zero sense.
you did your job with Cena and AJ, and that's it. You're good. Now all we have on SmackDown is Sammy and Cody screaming and yelling at each other. Not any good at all.
No, and I think
It,
obviously,
you could have put a match in here, not have them talking this long.
well, are you doing this to set up them screaming at each other and making a match?
A three-way match with Gunther.
Well, I'm just trying to think, right? That I mean, you said tonight part of this was Gunther was going to go ahead and they were going to talk about the rematch.
Yeah, the stipulation for it.
So they haven't done that yet.
No,
But now, so you're talking, is it a 2 hour episode?
I think so. It looks like it. I mean, I didn't
So,
read up, but
so you're
probably.
talking about, you're already going for an hour and 20 minutes.
And you still have the men's match, fatal four-way match yet.
Right. But you could have Gunther come out at some point in time with this if that's what's supposed to be discussed.
True. That's what I'm looking at to see. Looks like Sammy's apologizing to Cody for something. I can't hear it because I'm keeping it down, but it's what it looks like.
Can you turn
Shaking.
closed captions on?
No, the site I'm at doesn't allow that. But the TV app wasn't working tonight for some reason. I'm sorry. Whatever. Useless. What did he? Looks like he slapped him. Cody slapped him. Nice. If you want to go now, that should bring out Gunther technically, but nothing yet. Out, Sammy leaves the ring. Sammy is not that great of a wrestler either. I'm sorry. All right, Sammy's grabbing a chair, running back in. Nope. Standing outside the ropes. That's too funny. Where's Gunther? He should be coming out at some point. I mean, unless this Fatal 4 is going to be quick. It's a 2-hour show. You only got a half hour left. You got to figure that Gunther and him together is probably a good 15 minutes. And Sammy walks away. Looks like he's crying up the ramp. Really? And there's Solo. With Jacob Fatu. You might be right on that. Where's my... No, I don't want that there. Come on. Saying. Oh, this is one of the streams that has the damn sound messed up in it. Can't even hear it anyway, so never mind. You might have a point there with it being a plant. I loved you, Jacob. I got that much out of it. It is so bad.
Yeah, again, it doesn't make sense.
No. See, this bullshit, it doesn't look like it. All right, Jacob's kind of thinking about things. I don't know. I know that your idea, though, it kind of seemed with him walking into Solo's locker room would make sense. I guess it's terrible. Come on now. No volume at all is better. Looks like he's trying to talk him into backstabbing Roman. Wow. I don't know. Not to rewatch the highlights or the when it's done, watch it all the way. Like skip parts that I don't want to watch. But
Yeah, right.
you never want to watch everything. Kind of looks like he might be coming back to Solo side. Maybe. Like I said, who knows?
Yeah, they yeah. They're gonna try and again. This will be another one of those ones that where they will they will try as hard as they can to to manufacture something,
Right.
that people aren't going, like, it'd make more sense to have Jacob, if he's the werewolf, have him be the muscle and beat the shit out of Jay. But what are we gonna do? We're gonna put Jay back out on a solo and get the friggin' whole 15-minute entrance of yeeting, and then he can't wrestle because he's friggin' worn out.
Right.
It's like a never ending, fucking. It's just a circle, man. It just keeps around and around and around. This shit never ends.
They don't want to change who is doing what. It's like, all right, well, you're going to keep doing this, and then we'll go back to this, but we're going to come back to it. Don't worry, because we're going to do the circle. Now they're just showing AAA highlights. It looks like what they do. Anyway, guess I'll watch this and maybe watch Monday night. Even Monday nights have gotten to the point where it's like, I know you're going to have Seth talk about division again, I'm sure, and say something about Paul Heyman. You might have Oba come out and say something. I would imagine maybe Brock's there and he comes out and they get in each other's face.
Well, I think again, if you're trying to tell a story, then you can tell a really good story by Brock coming out interfering. You could have Finn go ahead and winning tonight, him beating Evans. Then you set up, Finn and Dom. I mean, it's a good story. I mean, something there, from that standpoint. Finn winning, and then Finn. I mean, it would make sense if he gets to choose, it makes sense that he would choose Cody rather than choosing Roman. You know,
But he might choose Roman since that was the first belt he won. He won the inaugural one of those. So he might want to get that back. But like you said, I think Cody makes more sense.
Cody makes more sense, but I don't know.
We don't.
I don't know, man. It's this. Again, this is where, it boils down to, the whole thing of not having a freaking, not having a damn clue, as to what could potentially even happen. It's like, as a fan, that's what I mean. As a fan, you just go ahead and yeah, you just kind of,
Yep.
just try, I'm trying to grab something. I'm trying to grab onto something that potentially could go ahead and be there. Let me just, nope, not there. Nope, not there. Nope, not there.
Because a Jey Uso and Dominic doesn't make sense.
No.
A Royce Keys and him doesn't make sense. The only two that make sense are LA Knight and Finn, and Finn really makes it better than all of them. If they're thinking, I'm hoping they're thinking that way. They might not be. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
I think when you look at it again, not knowing who's going to win this one, so obviously, if if we if our prediction is kind of sort of come somewhat close, and it would be Finn. I mean, it makes no sense for LA Knight. It makes sense. It makes no sense for Jay. Now,
unless you're pushing LA Knight, that'd be the only thing. But that doesn't. It doesn't. Where it makes sense is Finn all the way. If you're playing the whole Brock coming out interfering in that match with Oba, that's because you can't have Oba going on to win. None of the other guys could beat him. There's nowhere in there. Finn isn't going to beat him. LA Knight's not going to beat him. Jay's not going to beat him. Royce Keys maybe, but you're not having him win. So I mean, with that being said, you got to have that interference, and whether that be from Brock or if it be from JD, there's got to be some. JD's not going to do it because he's not going to attack Dom.
right?
So yeah, it would have to be Brock
yeah,
or maybe Ray. I don't know, but Ray isn't going to do it either. Maybe.
Well, I think what you again when you sit there and you look at the four that are left, and let's say it's Finn. When you think about it from a standpoint of you could see how out of those four it makes no sense to push a Javon Evans to the top. I mean, let's say it's by no right. There's no way in hell he should beat Roman or Cody.
Right. No, I
if
know.
Somehow you get by, right?
Right.
There ain't no way for those two. So that leaves you Oba and let's say Finn. Out of those two, Ricky Saints did beat Oba. Javon Evans beat Oba in NXT. But you could have, because if Oba wins, you got to put a belt on him. If Finn wins, you don't have to necessarily put a belt on him. You could go either way. You could and you couldn't, and it really won't go ahead and affect that much. And it could set you up for, let's say it is a Cody Finn, another match, right? When you look from that standpoint. So Finn makes the most sense in that you don't necessarily have to have him win the title when he says who he wants to face. The only guy out of all four, though, again, look, let's say all seven. Let's keep all the other four guys who haven't fought yet involved, right? Out of all seven, Oba is the only one that if you push him, if you make him the winner, he can't lose the title. He can't lose. You can't have him go to SummerSlam and lose.
Right.
Unless, again, let's do some more stupid ass thinking that we never would freaking think about is you have him win, you have him go up against Roman in night one. Brock Lesnar comes out night one, causes Oba to lose. Oba gets pissed off and says, I want you tomorrow. Your career versus my career. Again, here we are thinking stuff that we never would have thought about a few years ago.
And that's a possibility. I mean, I don't know. Because if they have Brock interfere early in the match, it wouldn't be a long match for him. So it wouldn't tire him out. So he could do a second match the next night.
It wouldn't tire him out. It'd be the last match of the night. Brock would get that pump when his music goes ahead and hits and everything, and he comes in and he basically causes and he could attack anybody. He could attack Oba, which would make Oba win. It would make Roman, let's say, the loser by disqualification.
Or you could just even have Brock music play, which and Brock come out to the stage, and then that gets Oba's attention to where Roman just beats him cleanly, quote unquote.
Yeah.
That
I don't know.
whole guess
Again,
what? Wait and see.
again, more stuff that just a few short years ago we would not be thinking this way.
Yep.
Not been thinking this way.
We need to put in for being writers at WWE.
See?
People, I bet we get more people watching.
Yeah.
Look, Paul. This is what we need to do.
Yeah.
Smack Paul around a little bit. Remember back in the 90s when we had storylines? Come on now. But he's just a puppet for TKO, really.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah, like that. Like it's weird. Like that's the one piece that you would love to go ahead and know, man.
If they would just let him run create the writing part of it, creative part of it, I think it'd be a little bit better. Maybe not 100% better, but might be a little bit better. Say, look, Paul, you're doing that. You're doing creative. We're going to stay out of it. Here you go. We know that's not going to happen.
I think it would be awesome if they could. I just don't think they have it in them.
Right. They want their hands in everything.
In my opinion, I think that is just. I think that is just the way it is. I think they look at it from a standpoint of is what, we're going to do what we want to do. We're not. I mean, the truth is hey, thank you fans, but you know what? Hey, don't worry about it.
Right.
It's pretty cool. You're still showing up. You're still going ahead, and still showing up, still selling seats. We good.
This must be a 3-hour show tonight, 'cause now it's like Faxium, or one of them guys from that, is wrestling some other luchador.
No.
So I'm assuming 2.5 to 3 hours. But I don't know what to do here. I'm just going to watch it, see what happens. And I guess we'll do our predictions in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Champions. Next week. Did you notice? I just want you to know, I'm pretty sure the podcast from Mike and John is moving to Wednesday nights at 7, which doesn't really affect us because they're done at 8 o'clock. So,
really,
yeah, because of Mike's schedule. So I was like, well, if we change it to 8, we're going on right after them. We could pull all those guys over.
It would be nice if we go ahead and probably send them a message and say, hey, John and I are moving to 8 o'clock on Wednesdays. Can you go ahead and throw us a bone and ask people to come on over?
I could do that. That wouldn't be a problem. Now you want to do that later on this month or next month, right?
I don't care. I mean, if they're going to start theirs next week, why don't we? I mean, I don't really see any kind of issue as of right now.
Okay. And if something comes up where we can't start till 9, we can't start till 9. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, we're working on emptying boxes and everything like that, and we're not going to do it until 11 o'clock at night, or we're not going to do it all night long. It's just we'll burn our. It's just going to be too much to do it that way.
Right. I just wanted to make you aware of that. I heard that, so I was like, better let Mike know about this.
Thank you.
So I was going to tell you Wednesday, but then since we were off, which worked out actually, honestly, because we're preparing our garage. We're going to redo our garage roof, our
Oh,
detached
really?
bag. Yeah, we're redoing it. We're just doing the metal roofing, just going right over top of the shingles. It's pretty easy.
Yep.
So
Is it like that rib? Is it the? It's
yeah,
not. Is it the ribbed one?
yeah, it's the ribbed one, the screw down.
Nice.
So we could do that. Just trying to spruce it up a little bit. So anyway, so
That sounds good.
can't think of anything else to talk about
No, sir.
besides that Mike is now living in Maddie's basement, but it's okay. Eventually, I'm sure that will be drywalled. I'm sure, probably.
Yeah. Eventually, I think that's the route we're gonna go. We still have to. I still gotta figure it out. From that standpoint, what we're gonna wind up doing here, because as you can see, like the walls are it's just the concrete block and everything, and I think we don't want to leave it like that. We probably want to go ahead and do something. We're thinking of doing like shiplap,
There you go.
a shiplap type thing. But this area where I am right now will actually be like where like the wall that's going to be right there. That the wall that I'm looking at right now is going to be where our TV will be, and behind me will be like where our couches will be. So this will be more like the media area, and then over in that corner over there is where I'm going to try and set something up there. So I may just build two walls and not really finish the inside of that too much.
Right.
From that standpoint. So
Now, do they have the bathroom down there all framed out already for you?
I have it plumbed. The bathroom is plumbed.
Right.
We have to go ahead and frame it out and have the fixtures installed.
Okay.
But the big thing I have to do is I have to get. I actually have to get I have to see if I can get a blank floor plan of the basement, and then I have to draw out like where the rooms are and how it's going to lay out, and I have to give it to my friend who's an HVAC guy, and then we have to figure out what we're going to do from the HVAC down here.
Now,
Right now we don't have anything because it was going to be too expensive for them to go ahead and do it, and I didn't want all the duct work being below and then having to worry about boxing all kinds of shit out and everything like that.
Now, is it central air in the upstairs, or is that the?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, you can only do mini splits down there.
Huh?
You can do the mini splits down there.
I think I'm gonna try, because my garage is right on that wall right there, and that needs climate control, because holy crap was that shit hot today. So I was thinking, like, if I got a 3-unit one for this side, I could put one in the garage, one in this room, and then one in would be my office, and then my buddy can figure out how we do, the rest.
Right. Yeah.
He already knows that I want to do mini splits. One day he was talking to me about a whole bunch of other stuff, and I was like, what? What are you talking about? Well, we do this, and we do that, and then we do this, and then we do that. And I'm like, so when you say we, when you say we, you really mean you and coming up here, right? That's what you mean by we. Like, I help you out. I'm just an extra set of hands. He's like, yeah. He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm not gonna have you do it. He goes, I want it done right. I'm like, oh, thanks a lot.
That's appreciated,
No, it is. I mean, I don't want to screw up HVAC. That shit gets expensive.
Right. Now, they say that mini splits are easy to do, but I've watched some of them. Like, if you don't know enough about electrical or HVAC, you can mess up the system pretty bad.
Yeah, from Mr. Cool is the easiest one,
right.
But it's also the one that's a little more expensive, because you really don't need an AC guy, because the system comes pre-charged.
Right.
Right, where a lot of the other ones, they don't come pre-charged. So even if you install it yourself, you still have to have an AC guy come out to charge the lines for you.
Right.
So
And they've gotten better with them. A lot of them are coming pre-charged, but the bigger ones don't. So
yeah,
that's awesome, man.
yeah.
Again, they just got to unload. You got another truck coming in.
That one should be a little easier. This one was mostly the boxes and the bins and shit like that. This next one has, like the couches, the grills, my desk. It has a lot, more of the bigger stuff and everything, because the bigger stuff was downstairs. So, the exercise equipment, all that little kind of stuff, so
The pool
a
table.
lot of that stuff will be coming, on Thursday, on Wednesday. No, I'm sorry. The truck comes on Monday. We were going to try and have them unpack on Tuesday, but there's like a 70% chance of rain right now, so we don't want to take a chance with that. Then it goes down to maybe 35-40% on Wednesday. We already got the crew that's going to come and do it. It's the guys who went ahead and unloaded here, and they were fantastic.
Nice.
They were incredible and everything. And I'm like, well, just let me know, if we have to take dogs off hinges and all this other kind of stuff. And the guy's like, no, you just stay out of the way.
Yeah. Now this
Like,
truck
okay.
has so the next truck has your pool table on it and all that. Then.
Yep.
You got room for it down there?
Yeah, that'll be on the other side, over on that other side and everything. We have it mapped out how everything is gonna. We have a good plan as to what we're going to do down here, where stuff is going to go. So on the other side, like the stairs coming down, so the wall that the TV is going to go on is also the stairs coming downstairs. And the way it was done, there's like a nice little area where I could make like a little bar, and then to the so if you were standing looking at behind the bar, looking at the lake, to the right is where the pool table can go ahead and go. So it could be all like in that right, that little area right there and stuff like that. So,
and since I haven't seen Dom tonight, I'll just ask, if you found a boat you want to purchase yet?
Man, I had when I was talking to this guy and everything, but I couldn't get to see it. And I'm like, hey man, I'd love to come, but I'm back in Georgia and everything. He's like, well, I can't promise you anything. And I reached out on Saturday, and he's like, sorry man, it sold yesterday, so gotta get back on the hook. There's 2 pontoon boats that I like. We just gotta try and find the time to go look at them. There's none like they're an hour and 10 minutes away, which I don't care about that, but it's just trying to map it out with somebody else's schedule. Like, my schedule is pretty open.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, I want to get a smaller, like a John boat type thing, try and find one of those that somebody's just trying to get rid of.
Right.
When it's just me, because I don't want to take out, a pontoon boat to go fishing.
Right.
But a pontoon boat would really be going out, when you're cruising with some other people and stuff like that. Right. More people to hang out with, stuff like that. Where I just want a little boat. Yeah. I just want a little,
like
15 footer or something like that. Nothing, just to get me to where the fishing spots are. So
that is awesome.
that'd be great. That'd be great. That'll drive Dom even more crazy. Oh, you got 2 boats now, you son of a bitch.
Yes, you would. Oh man.
All right, buddy.
All right, fellas. Thank you for coming in. Yep. Appreciate it. Stay safe. Treat others how you want to be treated. We'll see you next Wednesday, hopefully at 8 p.m.
Yeah. Have a great weekend, everybody.